Looks like there's 3 waiting, and Andy said something about, oh, your Sportster. Well, not mine, it's Emily's. But the last time I noticed that ticking in the back there. Last time I noticed when I started the video that it was a little bit of lag, so we're going to start it right now. What's up, riders? Old Man Ronin here. Welcome back to the channel. Let me see if I can get this adjusted a little bit better. Iron Lady was just on there and says hello. Hey, you doing, Iron Lady? I know you're hard at work. We're going to do the glasses off and on so we can see exactly what's going on when we get some chats going. And let's see, I thought somebody said something here. Ride to escape. Let's go. You're darn right. And Stuart's on there, said, oh, your Sportster. Oh, it wasn't Andy. Watch it later. Well, you know what? Then you made a mistake, because it's going to be a breaking news thing. And the breaking news is about some of the stuff we got planned. You know, one of the things I've done since I've had this time, I don't want to say time off because I've been busier than I ever have been, but without the computer, there's Andy. Good morning, Andy. He's signified, if you don't know. One of the things that has given me the opportunity to come up with a lot of ideas, and one of them we're going to save for the end of this video. It's going to be pretty awesome. So stay tuned to the very end. But what I wanted to talk to you today about was I got a lot of good evening from India. How you doing there? Is that Amit? Let me get my glasses there. Yes. Good evening. Glad you're with us. One of the things I want to talk about today is we did every Monday and every Friday we do an Instagram IGTV, which is Instagram TV video. And what I wanted to do is actually see where that camera is. Where I'm looking, it's over here apparently, because I'm trying to look straight in the screen and it looks like I'm looking over in the corner. Wolfpack says good morning. Hey, good morning to you as well. But one of the things I did is I did some basics for my what I carry along for camping, and we're going to touch base on that first before the breaking news. See how I am? The first thing I wanted to show you guys, and I got a lot of comments on this, is one of the knives that I carry that I use to not only process wood, start fires. I always carry a ferro rod, and I'll show you here in a second. But this is a relatively new knife for me, and it is something I use for my camping, and it is called a cold steel, and I hope it comes out proper. But it's an SRK, and it's made from SK5 carbon steel. And the reason why I like a high carbon steel as opposed to a more like a true stainless is because I get a lot of strength, but yet I also get the ability to sharpen it if I need to. Like I say, this knife here does a lot of things for me. Now, if you noticed in the video I showed you in the IGTV, I had a lot of, not scarring, but flash from the ferro rod. And I'll show you a little bit about that as well, too. Like I said, this is going to be a fun video, guys. We got a big surprise for you. And says, I love pizza. Hello, man. Great to see you, sir. Missed a few of the recent episodes as I was down with COVID. I'm sorry, man. If you're down with COVID, dude, that's terrible. Love the drawing on the blackboard. No, my Iron Lady drew that. And let's see, morning from Dr. Nate. Well, and also from Raul. Good morning, Ronin. Love your channel. Greetings from the island of Aruba. Hey, I think you're the first person there from Aruba, and that's fantastic. But what I wanted to show you, and welcome, by the way, is how, and you see this knife here, let's get it there. You see I've kind of got the black wore off of the back here, and I did that on purpose. Because on my ferro rod, and we'll show you here, get a good grip on it, it causes a good spark. And that's critically important when you're camping, to have something that's going to give you a good spark. And if the high carbon steel content, plus the fact that it's easy to sharpen, and it's real, you know, see how it kind of flashed there, but that wipes right off. Nice. It's also easy to sharpen in the field. If you roll the edge over, which is a lot of people do when they're using their knife, is they don't pay particular attention to it. Okay, hello, good morning from Iowa. Yeah, there you go. Deliver to mail. Hey, mail worker, awesome. And let's see, we'll go back here. Sorry about the shaky thing. Good morning, sir, from Pretam. And yeah, the high carbon steel and the fact that you can sharpen it easy, and I use this for everything. I use it to process wood, I use it to process food, I use it for general well, general things, anything. I always carry a lot of knives, and you guys know that I'm a chef in real life, so these knives are extremely sharp. When I get them, they're pretty sharp from the factory, but when I get these, I really put an extra edge on it to make sure that it's extremely sharp. The joke is with Iron Lady is I never ever let her use any of my good knives because she will cut her arm completely off. I'm just teasing. She wouldn't do that. She knows what she's doing. But I try to not have extremely sharp knives around people that aren't used to having extremely sharp knives. And in the kitchen, I use Shun knives and Japanese steel. They're fantastic, and I just simply love them. We've got 14 people watching. One of the other things I wanted to touch base with you on in this episode that I did on the Instagram, and if you're not familiar with it, is the use of a Loretic Compass. Now, a lot of folks, when they buy the compasses, they get the little ones that have the little measurer on the side, and they, just a little dial. I use these. This is what I've been using. Now, this is a fairly new one. I have about 12 of these. I'm exaggerating. I only have about 6. But the reason why I love these so much is I've been using these my entire life. When I would go out west to do hunting in the mountains, I would always carry this with a chart, and that way I could set my plot. I mean, this is well before all the days of GPS and things of that nature, where you would have to actually plot your course and then use this in conjunction with Ranger beads. And I've got to bring the Ranger beads out next time. Katya says, "Hi, old man, finally caught." Whoops. Hi from France. Finally caught you on live. Yeah, and again, we've been doing these lives to make sure we still have videos coming out twice a week until the new computer. And that's part of the breaking news. The new computer is done. We're still working right now on getting the old files off. They had to do it forensically because my hard drive just went, it was gone. And so what they're doing is I need some of those files. Now I have pretty much a lot of stuff. I'd say 80% of my information is backed up, but some of the really good stuff that I need, it doesn't back up daily. I have to back up it once a week, and there's some really important stuff on there that I didn't back up that I need. So what we're going to talk about in breaking news is the new computer setup, and it's going to be fantastic. We're running a dual monitor system now, and a computer that should be able to last us for several years, and of course until technology changes. But to talk about the Loretic Compass, a lot of people don't really know how to use one of these, and I'll tell you a little bit about some of the features. There's a this little area right here, there's a little fine wire. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can get to there. You see that wire in that little slot there? There's also a measurement here on the side, and that's to put on your map. There's a little magnifying glass right here with a little line. There's a thumb hook right here. It's difficult to do both. And then, of course, your screen. It's got a little magnifier up there and a little yellow mark dial. There's one with the magnifying glass, and there's one that doesn't. But what you do is on your chart, what you do is you see where your true magnetic north is, and then you line up your compass and match that. Then you orient your map to that magnetic north, and then if you want to pick your spot where you want to look for, you look through this here and you line it up, and then you look down and you get your this little magnifier right here enables you to see the course that you want to go to based upon this lineup. And if you're using Ranger beads, and I know that's something a lot of people never heard of before, but Ranger beads are a method of measuring your stride. In other words, what you do, and this is what I do, in the hill country and in flat land, I measure, I'll take and measure out 100 meters, or if I want to do 100 yards, and then I walk it back and forth several times, measuring how many steps it takes me to do, whether it's hilly, uphill and downhill, and then I get an average. And then the same thing is on flatland, I get an average. And then what I do is I will, as I'm walking in that area, I count my steps. And every time I reach 100, I move a bead down. and then there's a series of little beads and a series of ones above it, and then every time you get so many, then you move the top one down, and that way you can get pretty accurate in navigation. Again, there's probably a lot of videos out there that I'm probably not going to do, because a lot of people will get lost in that. They really don't need that anymore for when you're talking about that kind of navigation. But it's something that I think is important in camping, that if you take your motorcycle to a place and there's trails, you should have your compass with you and know the direction you're going to, even if you're using your GPS on your phone or however. But it's good to keep from being lost. I have again, the experience that I have out west, hunting in the mountains and going on BLM land that is so far away from everybody that if you're lost and you don't carry water, or you don't know how to find food and things like that, you can have yourself in big trouble really, really quick. And it's one of the reasons why I think you're going to enjoy some of my camping videos here more than some of the other ones, or my moto camping videos is what I should say, because it's going to enable you to give you a fail-safe. I had a saying, and I say it all the time: 2 is 1, 1 is none. And I like to be redundant. So if I'm using my GPS, I'm always having my Loretic Compass with me as well too. And as far as knives, the same way as too, is if I have one knife, I need 2 knives to have one knife. But I usually carry about 3 or 4, and I always have like a folding pocket knife, and I always carry. Let's see, I'll show you my backpack that I carry. And it looks a little tactical, if you will, but it's not meant to be that way. I love this color brown. But inside of that, I carry quite a few things. And we're going to go through a whole loadout down the road. I always carry hats and gloves and scarves and things like that. Probably the most important thing that I carry, and it's called a life straw. And we're going to do a video on this and it's not open, because I don't want to open it until I absolutely need it. This is a way that I can drink water right out of a creek or a stream or river or pond or lake without having to boil it down. It will take 99% of all bacteria and viruses out of the water, and I carry 2 of them. I also carry a full medical kit as well too, and as well as a fire starter kit, and of course several knives. It's kind of a thing that I do. I always have a knife strapped to the outside of the backpack, and like I said, that will be part of my kit, and it will go with me on my moto camping. And it'll be probably tucked inside the big duffel. But again, besides the camping stove and things like that, I always carry an axe, and let me dig it out here real quick and show it to you. That's what I use primarily to do some processing of wood. And let's see, get out of here, buddy. This is the axe that I carry, and if you notice, I always have paracord wrapped around it. Number one, it protects the handle, and you never know when you need paracord. This particular axe, or hatchet, I should say, is extremely sharp to begin with, but enables me to process wood for fires if I want to start a campfire. I carry an alcohol stove with me as well too, because sometimes you get these places where you're not allowed to have open flame, and so what I do in that case, and of course I always protect the blade. What I do in that case is I use the alcohol stove, but if I'm allowed to do wood, I process my own wood, and I keep the edge protected and keep it oiled. Paracord is essential. It's one of the things that I think is probably one of the biggest and best inventions we've had in the last 50 years, because you can use it to tie stakes out in your tent. You can use it to put up a ridge line, to put some kind of barrier up, like a roof, for a tarp, things like that. And it has lots and lots of uses. The 550 cord that I carry with me, and I usually carry about 200 or 300 feet, you can actually use to help yourself up hills if you need to, or somebody falls down, you can tie it to them, double it up, and you've got 1,100 pounds. And that's why it's called 550. It will carry that kind of weight. I don't recommend it for that. There's other things that I recommend it, but it will give you the ability to have something that's in fact, I use 550 cord all the time. I have gobs of it. It's something I always keep, and in different colors too. And I don't, because it's pretty. But we've gone on 14 minutes, and like I said, this video is about breaking news. And the breaking news that I have for you is going to be something that's going to be a lot of fun for everybody. I'm trying to get it in position. You'll see M's Sportster back here. And the reason why I wanted to put it this way is because this light right here has got to go. And what we're going to do with the breaking news is we're going to install a Super E 5 3/4 inch headlight. And this is going to be one of the first videos that I do for once I get the computer back. And let me pull this plastic off. These are really cool, people. The LED, and it's got this semi-halo, and these semi-halos will actually work as turn signals in case you don't want to have these turn signals on your bike. Now, why is it breaking news? Because I'm going to get a couple of them away. And what we're going to do is, once we get the video done and we show you how they work at night, we're going to give two ways. We're going to give away 2 5 3/4 inch headlights to begin with, and we're going to offer you a code on the next video that's going to give you a 15% off. And I think those are the kind of things that folks like on YouTube. They want to be able to save money on stuff that you like. Now, I've already had some experience with the Super E. In fact, we're going to be doing a 7-inch down the road. Well, if you guys are appreciating the 5 3/4. So you carry knives, but what about protection from big wildlife, any firearms? That is something I'll never say. I don't think it's important to tell people that. You have to use bear spray. I will always carry bear spray out west. Even in the eastern United States, we have black bear. I don't talk about firearms. That's something I don't talk about. There's no sense in it. There's other channels for that. That's not me. Am I against them? Absolutely not. I just don't want to be demonetized. Does that make sense? Again, this is a different world than what it was when I grew up. And so carry bear spray. That's number one. Carry knives and carry bear spray. That's going to be your best, because you can use the tools and then your bear spray. And of course, a lot of loud noises always helps. Make sure that when you're walking through the woods, you're in bear country, making sure that they can hear you so they don't jump up on you. Yami says, cool. Funk that says, okay, we get it. Yeah, it's basically that. I would never say never. You got to be you. And if you really want to carry a firearm, that's up to you, man. I'll never say if I do or I don't. There's a term that I like to use in a lot of my feelings, and it's called gray man. I don't bring attention to myself, well, except on YouTube. And I try not to be boisterous out loud when we're in unknown situations. How's that sound? Let's see. Somebody just made a comment there. Let's see if I can get it back. Come on, come back. Oh, it wouldn't come back. Somebody else make a comment and we'll keep talking. I know I've been going almost nonstop, but I'm really excited about this breaking news with the Super E, the relationship we're going to have with these guys. And it's going to be a way for you guys to not only have the opportunity to win a couple headlights, but also get a discount from Ol Man Ronin. And like I said, the next video, when we actually do that, is when we're going to offer the coupon code. And that'll be probably the first week in June or second week in June when we do that. But I thought it was so exciting. I just got them in, and I got, like I say, I've got 3 headlights total, 2 to give to y'all, and one for, and then of course the one to show you how it works. And we're putting it on the Sportster here because we're going to do it and get rid of the turn signals. Where are they at? Right here. Turn signals. These are going to be coming off, and that'll be a turn signal incorporated into the headlight. And a lot of folks like that. And again, you can tag it to your other turn signal lights as well too, so you have both. So we're not going to do that. She doesn't like to look at these turn signals on the outside. Most Sportsters have the turn signals up here under the handlebars. I don't like that look either. Iron Lady has it on hers. My 1200 has it on mine, and but I don't. Like I say, we're going to. They sent me 3. We're giving you guys 2. And then we're going to do the test one on her bike. I think that'll be fantastic. Well, it's been almost 20 minutes, and that's usually what I'm going to cut off on these live streams. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Again, stay tuned for the 5 3/4 inch free headlights that we're going to be giving away, and I'll tell you how we're going to do that. in that next video. Air horn works well against bears. Yeah, any kind of loud noise, like I mentioned before. The Himalayan would look good on that LED. You never know. Don't get ahead of yourself. But I really hope you enjoyed this kind of video. Again, the coupon code will be coming out in the next one. How you're going to be able to win the free ones is you're going to have to not only be a subscriber, but you also have to share, make a comment, and also hit your bell notification. If you're that, in the next video, and we'll do it for like 2 or 3 videos, then we're going to pick a name out of all those and we're going to ship it to you. And it'll be all over the world, man. That I'm eating that myself. I'll be paying for shipping myself. And so I want you to understand that's part of my giveaway as well too. The company Subaru is so kind enough to offer the free headlight that headlights that we're going to not only give it away, but I'm going to pay for shipping on it. So if you want to help me on Patreon, or if you want to send me, buy a drink in the description below. I know, shameless promotion. Let's see, I'm sharing this. Breaking news. Give me. Yes, and I'll tell you what, like I said, this video and the next two, one will be an installation video and another one will be a nighttime riding video. And we're going to do some comparisons. So I think on Saturdays when I'm actually taking the bike out and riding it with the stock headlight, and then Saturday evening, and then when I do the install video and release it in the following time after I get it installed, then we'll show you what it is comparison. So there'll be 2 or 3 videos based specifically on there, and then of course there's going to be first impressions as well too. So what we're going to do, and this is how it's going to work. We're going to do the installation, we're going to do a first impressions, and we're going to do a nighttime video. Those 3 videos plus this one here will give you the opportunity to, like I say, like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the bell notification. That's how you're going to see the difference and enter for the 2 free headlights that we're giving away. Well, I really hope again, like I said before, you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give us a big thumbs up. Make sure I can't really put it in there, but subscribe. Pretend like the subscribe button's right over there. Pretend like it's there and subscribe. Again, share and comment. We read all the comments and comment on as many as we possibly can. Until next time, guys, ride safe and keep her on 2 wheels. Don't forget, man, you're going to get some free headlights. Ciao, everybody. Bye-bye.